The Nalia radio and television news studios were ransacked and burned by masked gunmen shortly after midnight. The attacks come amid 4 days of a protest and unrest in the city of Sulaymaniyah. Witnesses say around 50 armed assailants in military uniforms broke into the building, shooting and destroying equipment before setting the building alight. 2 security guards and 2 staff cleaners remain in hospital with injuries.
They came with military uniforms. They wore special hats so their faces could not be seen. They knew exactly what to shoot at and what to destroy. Then they poured petrol and burned everything.
During anti-government protests yesterday, 2 journalists were beaten by police, and Araz Mohammed was hit by gunfire in the neck, stomach and leg.
I was taking pictures, so they knew that I was a journalist, and it would be a problem for them. They shot directly at me. They had already beaten other journalists and taken them to hospital.
Our own Press TV cameraman, Shrush Sazani, was beaten by police and much of his footage destroyed during the filming of this news story. These recent events turned the protest into cries for media freedom.
We strongly oppose the burning of Nalia TV station. This represents 2 things. First, this freedom that they always talk about in Kurdistan region does not exist. Second, life here is terrible. They arrest anyone they want.
Pens and paper were distributed through the crowds with chants of pens, not guns. Nalia spokesman Tawana Osman says it will cost around $2,700,000 to repair, but they plan to be back on air as soon as possible. As the Nalia crew arrived to film today's protests, they were met by wild cheers from the crowds. Nalia satellite TV station has been operational for less than a week, but as the first and only entirely independent television news station in Iraq's semi-autonomous Kurdistan region, they had already received threats for their coverage of the recent anti-government protests, including several phone calls on the evening of the attack. Now the journalists have been clearly targeted. Press freedom in Iraqi Kurdistan has once again been called into question. Tracy Shelton, Press TV, Sulaymaniyah, Iraq.